Good morning, good morning. My name is Heather Aston and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is the first time you've stumbled across one of my videos in this little corner of the World Wide Web known as YouTube, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. If you, wait, I don't know if I said it. I'll say it again. If you wouldn't mind subscribing and change your notification bell to all, you'll never miss the release of one of my new videos again. Sorry if I repeated that. For all of the returning viewers that I like to call my treasures, I'm so happy that you've decided to come back and hang out with me again. If you all wouldn't mind taking a moment just to hit that like button, I gotta wipe off my glasses. I would greatly appreciate it. And after the video is over, you could let me know what you thought of the series working on, or if there's anything else that you would like to see in the future. Sorry for the late post today. I was trying to find out from Beth whether or not she was going to go live this morning, but didn't hear back from her, so that's why I just scheduled it. But it was only 12 minutes in advance, so that wasn't enough time, I'm sure. But anyways, I hope everybody's having a fantastic morning so far. I didn't go any further with the design last night. I went to bed right after the live. Sorry, I'm looking for a clippy. I went to bed right after the live. So we're just going to pick up where we left off with that rosary style pearl elephant jasper, and oh, I don't know, there we go, that's a little bit better at least. I have all of the links made. I just need to attach them and close the last loop for it, so we'll get moving on that after we say good morning to everybody. Hello Lynn, hello Leah. I guess that's everybody. I hope you two are having a great morning. Or afternoon, I guess, for, I don't know if both of you are afternoon right now. I know Leah is. Where are my bobby pins? Because that's going to drive me crazy if it keeps falling down on my face. I did, as I was saying, I did get all the links made, so you don't have to sit here and watch me create a whole bunch of links and stuff, so I did do that in advance. Okay, it is what it is, right? I don't think any of you care what my hair looks like. It's just me, that's all. Alrighty. So, let's go ahead and go down to the mat. Thank you, and I appreciate that. Alright, like I said, I have all of the loops pre-made so that I can just like go through and attach all of this, and then we'll figure out what we want to do for the focal. Because I have a couple of ideas, like we could do a loop with the beads and then have something hanging in the middle, whatever. That would actually be pretty cool. Not to use this one necessarily, although bronzite goes beautiful with the Australian zebra jasper. But I think I have another one of these charms, and that could be really pretty, dangling in the center of like a loop with all of the crystals and whatnot. I think that could be very pretty. It'll just determine on how many coin beads I have left, obviously. Though we don't have to use those in the ring. Like we could even just put that on top. But this is really pretty next to the zebra jasper. So we'll figure it out when we get there, right? We can all let it percolate between now and then. And yes, some of my links the loops aren't lined up. I go back and do all of that afterwards, so that you guys don't have to sit here and watch me fidget with it the whole time, because already this is like, it's like watching paint dry. I know there are people who do all of this live, And it's kind of their thing. I I just don't know that. I don't know how many of you guys are down for that. Dang it, my bead cap fell off and I can't get it to go back on. There we go. I should just make all the loops on these other beads as well, so then I can just connect. But and apparently my pliers are all not magnetized, because I keep having to make sure that the little flower is not caught up in my loop, because oh my goodness gracious, why do you have to be difficult? Now it doesn't want to go bad. Okay, we'll just remake this link because it does not want to play nice. So if we need it, we'll remake that one. Looks like all of my bead caps fell off. But hopefully we'll have a few more people trickle in. Like I said, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I would really appreciate that. Oh, Heather, you've got to connect it before you can do that. Maybe I will just use my hands as the second plier. That seems to go a little bit better, but I want to pull it tight. Okay. Like I said the other day, I don't always know exactly what you guys are down for, will tolerate, whatever else. I just didn't want to go over her time if she was going to go live, but I also, if she wasn't, I wanted to be able to come and give you guys, because Rosanna came on for half an hour this morning, which was so sweet of her. Show us all her haul, her sea glass haul, which is gorgeous. I also just wanted to clarify something. Oh, hi Mary. Yeah, I think that's what it is with me as well, but yeah, I know. Okay, so here's the thing when it comes to my hair. My hair is either cute, short, or long. It's the in-betweens. And I'll be honest, I usually get it cut in the summertime and then let it grow out through the winter and then get it a cut. Well, you know, as much of a winter as being in Arizona affords us. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna grab my little ones because I have more control with those, because they're not fighting against another barrel that's so much bigger. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better. So pliers. I'm sure they're having fun though. Their daughter and her son lives with them. So I'm sure it's nice to get away every once in a while, just the two of them. Okay, you, Mr. Pearl, really got to get up. Get out of my way. It does not want to listen. Okay, coin bead. Hi, Cindy. I am me. I met. You could. I think the zebra jasper and the pearls are jealous that there's twice as many crystals or something, because none of them want to cooperate when it comes to wrapping these loops up. They're like, nope, I need to be the star because they just don't want to cooperate. It's my pliers and stuff are magnetized, like I said, so that's a lot of it. But outside of that, I just think they're being mean girls. Yeah, they're fussing at me. Yes, 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 they are. For no reason. Oh, dang it. Good thing I only wrap right around the back so I can undo it quickly when I forget to attach it before I wrap it. So, mm. I may have made a few extra as far as the crystal links go, but good thing I love using these crystals, so these are one of the crystals that I like to buy in bulk because I'm not seeing this. It's I either want it to be long or I want it to be short. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, and we have 1, 2, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will also need 5 more pearls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I do have enough if I want to just take this really long. Because this is already 24, it's already 12 inches by itself. We will just make up the ones we have. And then it can be I can just wrap this one up because I've got a touch of crystal to both sides of it. Now I'm debating if I do want it that long. Decisions, decisions, decisions. What do you guys think? Should I keep it this long or take it down to like a 20-inch necklace? And then because we're also going to have the drop. So this would either need to be like a sweater style necklace. I don't know. You like the sun pendant? Yeah. Mary, yeah, I know. Sometimes it's hard to, and you just want to tell him, are you sure I can handle this? Right? You think 20 inches instead of 24? Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. Okay, so I'm going to cut the last 2 links. I'm just going to cut the coin one because I can still attach the others to this, to the other side. Save me having to wrap those. Because I think it would also be cute. I have some of those slide clasps, and it could be cute to either do a second strand with just a shorter chain, or do the chain as like the longer, more dramatic side. I don't know. yeah, but I don't want you guys to think that I don't go back afterwards and like tuck in all the ends and all of that stuff, because I absolutely do. I just do it uh, like after we're done. But I do go back and do that because it's necessary. Okay, yes, the pearl. Run the pearl on the side. And it appears that those pliers are not magnetized. So I'm very glad that I switched, because that will make it exponentially easier. Okay. Also, I want to clarify that when I say I want to share with my friends, I would still need to be paid for those things that I would be sharing. I am not in a financial position, though I wish I was, where I could just where I can do something like that. Okay. Okay, so next crystal. I'm gonna have to do a crystal one that I didn't wrap the loops on yet, because otherwise I can't attach those other two links. So I'm gonna open this link, attach it to this pearl, close the link, grab my little pliers. Okay, crystal. The other loop. And I can connect this directly to the zebra link. I don't know what you mean by that, Cindy. It might be easier to, if you just call me later. Because it's difficult to carry on a conversation. Wait a sec, did I just attach this back to you guys? Damn it. How did I do that? Oh my goodness. Okay, you need to get out of sight for a minute so I don't do that again. I can't believe I just did that. Oh, goodness gracious. I also, on the necklace I made the other day, I forgot a seed bead in one spot, and of course, I see it, so I know that it's wrong. But I'm trying to decide if it's worth the extra effort to go and redo it, or if I just leave it as is. It's one seed bead, one. But what would you guys do? I'm interested to know what you would do if you were in that situation. Do you restring the whole necklace? Or do you just show yourself grace and say that nobody else would probably notice. Let me know what you think. Hi, Donna. Tina, if I missed saying hi to you, I certainly didn't mean to. Oops, sorry. Um, Aw, that's so sweet. Aw, I'm glad they're all loving up on you. Just say it was intentional. Yeah. It's literally one of those things. Okay, I gotta do. And I zeroed in on it so fast after the live. I saw it, like, I ended it, was like futzing with stuff on my desk for a minute, deciding to go to bed and everything else, and saw it. Like, immediately saw it. I'm gonna make a new pearling so I can attach that other crystal. But yeah. That all depends on how many, how many head pins. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't like simple loops. I mean, I guess they have their place. But I personally am not a fan. So, but when that all goes, there's other things to take into account, like not just what the gauge is, but like, are they work hardened already? Are they dead soft? How many beads you're putting on it? All of that. But I generally, when I do buy head pins or whatever else, I like to buy them at least 50 millimeter or 40 millimeters, which is just over an inch and a half. But prefer the 5 millimeter, which is just under 2 inches. So that's what it is. Yeah, I'm not a fan of head pins. Yeah, it's hard, whatsoever. But wait, what happened? Honey, I'm sorry. Did you call the doctor? What is wrong with, what happened to, what happened to my girl, Glenn? Jan, hello! When making earrings and you have two loops, one on the bottom, one on the top, do they need to go? It depends on how they hang, Cindy. That's not like something that you can that I can just give an answer, like a blanket answer that's going to cover multiple situations. It's always a pin, the way that it hangs. It depends on like which shot. Like if you're doing two charms, and you have one where the loop is facing you and one where the loop is facing away from you, and there's a bead in the middle, you would probably have to make them perpendicular rather than parallel. I hope I'm using those words properly. Parallel means side by side, but I hope you got what I mean. So like, if your ear wire is going this way and you hang this, and then you have another bead like in the middle and then another charm, you would need to have either this one or the charm to where one is looking at you, one is facing you, or one is facing you, one is looking away at you. And what I mean by that is, I'm sure you guys all understand what I'm saying, but just in case, let me find a pen. We'll show it. So when I say that the loop is facing me, it's that way. When I say it's facing away from me, it's more that way. So most ear wires are this way. So then you would put your, it's hard. I'm sorry. I hope I'm making sense and that you don't think that I'm like talking down to you, because that's not my intention, because I'm sure you know all of that. I'm just, to give just a blanket answer is a little bit difficult. So, okay. I believe I have a crystal that's fully wrapped. Yeah, right there. Maybe Leah can say it better, or Lynn can say it better. Like they know what I mean, but can say it more concisely than I just did. I was trying to make sure that I didn't keep attaching that I'm putting my beads the right way, like in the pattern, and that I'm not messing up. So then to try to think of another pattern right now is a little more difficult. But yeah, I'm sure one of them can be helpful to me and explain that more concisely. Heather? I've already told her this, but I did sports medicine all throughout high school, and I also, my youngest son is a licensed personal trainer, which he had to go through like a series of classes for that to happen. It's not just something that you apply for and you get. Plus, he double majored in physical therapy, and nutrition. And if you put a damp washcloth underneath the heating pad, that steam can actually be absorbed into your body and is more beneficial than just having the heating pad on itself. So just in case, I just want to let you know. Aww. So I've told Leah that privately off camera, but I don't know if I've shared it with the rest of you. And we all deal with some level of chronic pain. So I thought it would be good to mention it for the rest of you. Stop getting stuck to my bead cap. Okay, moving right along. I appreciate when you guys can see that I'm like in the trenches doing something like all of this and cannot read through all of the comments and answer all the questions. So you guys are so good about jumping in and helping with that and answering those questions. But if I miss something, and it's, you know, you can always message me on Messenger after the live if you had a question that did not get answered or did not get answered in a way that made sense to you, because we all learn differently and we all teach differently. So one person's explanation may not make sense, but you can always reach out to me. And then that way also, if it's something that is better explained by like somebody doing it for you, then I can do that on Messenger. Easier than I can do it during the live when I'm in the middle of a design, because I mean, my whole goal here is to teach / inspire you guys. So I want to be able to have it. Rubbing alcohol helps my cramps. Yes, I have heard that too. Does that TheraWork work? Because that's over the counter, right? That might be something that would help my hubby. Also, if you like essential oils, doTERRA has like a blend that they call Deep Blue. Just be careful ordering those off of Amazon, because they are much more expensive off of Amazon than if you know somebody that, oh, that's wrong. Oh, I put this on the wrong spot. So, a minute to go on the other end. Okay. Mistake corrected. Oh my goodness gracious, Heather, come on. Because like if you have an account with them, The wholesale price, I think, is like $35, but some people sell it on Amazon for twice that. So that's why I'm saying just be careful where and who you buy it from. My cousin's wife is part of doTERRA, so I used to be, but they have to have the membership, they have a minimum monthly amount that you have to spend. And that was higher than what our family would use. So in the end, I canceled my wholesale license, but yeah. Really, yellow mustard works? Okay, I just wanted to, I didn't think that you were saying that yourself. I just didn't want anyone else thinking that when I said that, I meant that I could do so for free. That's all. So, like, that's where. No, I need to make some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to have one set aside in case I want to use it for a pendant. Let me see the other side for a second. I'm trying to see where I'm at as far as how many of those I have. That's a boulder opal, not a coin. Okay. Okay. I have one more so that I can do earrings. Okay. There we go. And I'll probably use these ones that are mostly brown. And save these for on the necklace. Yeah. Okay, put that to the side so I don't get confused again. Cut me 3 more links. Well, no, actually more than that. Because I have to grab the extra pearls too. Yeah, I'm bad. I don't even straighten out my wire all the time when I'm creating something. I just cut the wire and then work on it through the process, I guess is the best way to say it. But yeah. You can't do pickle or mustard, yeah. I've also heard that apple cider vinegar works as well. Thankfully, you can get those in gummies and or freeze-dried capsules so that you don't have to just swallow. I know people who can. I'm not one of those people who can sit there and just like drink apple cider vinegar. I don't understand how they do it. Okay, there's one. Ugh. Also, I did message Rosanna to tell her that if she came upon an amazing bead find, that she is always welcome to interrupt my live to come and show it off to us. So, two more. Also, I got a message from Ruth today stating that Randy is going live for members only, I think, later tonight. So if you are a member, keep a watch out for that. Let me see what time she said it was going to be at. She said tonight at 7. I'm gonna watch for that because if that's, I don't know which time zone that is, so I would just say to keep your eye out. She's, I think, 2 hours ahead of me. So, okay. Where am I at? I'm at the zebra jasper. If I would have thought about it, I would have put these two up at the back of the necklace. And I'm not going to lie, I'm tempted to do so. And just replace one of the link at the back. Oh, you need to attach that, Heather. So then the earrings, which are more visible, obviously. Oops, and you didn't put a bead cap, or the bead cap fell off. See, this is why I appreciate when you guys help each other. Because I start, I get like off on some other tangent and forget what I'm doing here. So. There we go. Hi, Cheryl. This one has a brown all the way up at the top already, so I may not have that as an option. 1, 2, 3. Okay. To a pearl now. Here's everybody supposed to fuss with me today. Oh, I need to do a crystal first. Glad I cut that. Yeah, it would make a really pretty inklet. It absolutely would. So, what did you guys think of the suggestions for some easy, inexpensive products, but that you could pad in a higher profit margin? Um, because the supplies are so inexpensive, especially if you already have them in your stash and don't have to go out and buy them. It's a great, like, buildable. And if you weren't on last night, where's the other one? I was showing how you can do something like this with some ribbon and a large hole pearl. That you could do this just as a choker. You can also, if this is a little bit thinner, I would have crocheted this and just pulled those into place. But I also had these that I got from Bead Box Bargains. And like I said, you could just put another ribbon out to go around your neck. You could also put leather through it to attach this. You could make it into a hair comb or a hair barrette, either of those things. And because you're using, like, one large hole pearl could run you, even if it's $1 a piece, and then the ribbon may have only cost you pennies because you found it, then you wouldn't just sell this online for 5 minutes of your time plus $1 worth of supplies. Like, that's, you can pad profit into that and then pass on those savings in other pieces. But I also thought they're a quick and easy way to do Christmas gifts, and that you could use them on, somebody was like, oh, you could use that on a present, and you absolutely could. Just let them know. So, like, if you're sending out what they're calling bridesmaids asks, like, they send out a little box saying, I would like you to be my maid of honor, this is the colors, da 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 da. You could also use this as the ribbon for the box, but then they also have a necklace or a hair barrette that they can wear whenever they want, and just to help them remember, like, whenever they wear it, that they remember it was used for, like, the wedding. Just, there's things in your stash that when you put them on, you're like, oh, I got this from so and so, and this is why, and this is when, and so those pieces mean more to you. And like I said, 5 minutes of your time at, I do 40, so it would be $3 worth of my, no, that's wrong. No. Okay, $40 divided by 60 is, yes, times 5. So yeah, it comes out to like $3. So it's not a big expensive expenditure, I guess. I can't think of another word for that. Okay, so this started out of pearl and ended with a pearl. So I actually only need one more of these. So I'm going to go ahead, well, let's face it this way, and I'm going to put one of the dark ones, and then I have more left over. Happy, happy me. I don't, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I don't know how I messed that math up, but I've never been happier that I was wrong about something. So that just means that I have enough for at least one pair. I'm sure if I dug around on my desk, I'd find another one or two laying about. Like it got pushed off my bead mat and it's on the desk behind my bead mat. Oh, come on. It was trying to go, a bead cap wanted to escape. Okay, so I want this to be at the back. Maybe I didn't put them all back on when I cut that strand. I don't know. But it's okay because it's still going to be plenty long enough. So. The earlier conversation about God not giving us more than we can handle, I also believe that He weaves us into the fabric of each other's lives where and when we need it the most. I've told the story that I used to macrame all the time, and then I just couldn't do the knots anymore. It hurt my hands and my arms and my shoulders and everything else. But I was able to do jewelry, which was silly because it's still a lot of the same rhythms. But so I came back to the beading community, and then I proceeded to lose my mom, my dad, 2 of my siblings, my aunt, my brother-in-law, all in 3 years. And you guys literally saved me. I can now macrame without a problem. I just think that was God's way of getting me back to making jewelry and to this fabulous and loving community just when I needed it most. So, oh my gosh, come on. The upper loop is trapped in this loop somehow. What the heck happened? I was talking. Thank you. But I hope that will be your experience as well, and that God put you in all of our lives, Mary, to be there, be your little escape, to where you have people that love you and can hold you up. So, yeah, I used to be on Amy's channel, and before that, I was doing videos in the Campbell Creators Facebook page. But, yeah. And if you want a good laugh, go back and watch one of my old tutorials. Like, the quality was not good, but, oh. And I've come quite a long ways. As I'm sure anybody who has started a channel has had that, because, you know, it's a new skill at first. But I've enjoyed getting to know all of you. I think that this community, though it may be smaller, it's also a more intimate number of people, and so we can help keep track so that if all of a sudden someone starts not showing up, we notice and we go back and check on each other to make sure that, you know, there's not something going on that needs attention or anything like that. And I love that about this group of people. So we do notice when people stop showing up. But yeah, we also know that, you know, if one of us is going through something and they're only reaching out, they only have the time or strength or energy to reach out to one of us, we can relay the message through the internet's version of a good old-fashioned phone tree. Like they used to use to let other parents know that there was like school closures or whatever else. Okay. No. There we go. Okay. So now we get to decide what we want to do with the focal. Yay! More fun. Not just turning loops. So I have a few of these, and I have more than just those two because I'd maybe do more than one pair of earrings, but maybe one of them has the like a zebra jasper like pair of earrings, because that could be cute. I love this one that is just like the one color, but there's like swirls in it. This is perfect for like wire wrapping and then doing like a spiral on it. I wonder if I could herringbone this. I wonder. Should I try? What do you guys think? I could do that one or this one, but this one I could like do some swirly whirlies on it. Or this is a good one to glue a charm onto. Let me see if I can find my other little sun, because we did talk about possibly using that. Tomorrow, I think I want to take on, I know I have it, I just don't, it's in like the stacker from the Here Comes the Sun one, I think, because I haven't put those away yet. We could do the loop like I suggested and hang those. I also haven't used either of these. I haven't used those yet, and I kind of forgot about them. So I want to take on a front closure piece. And I don't know, maybe now that we've kind of jazzed up the other piece, the other one of these, that could be cool. This could also be something that you can cut off and put on a stone. So don't ever think that you have to use it. This is my saddest bargain bead box item ever. I wasn't sure how they were gonna look, so I only ordered one, and then they got here. They're adorable, but they're sold out. It's a little elephant lobster clasp, and it's so cute. But like I just said, I only have one of those. I don't know. When we're done with this one, we might have to go do something with that, because that would be cute. Okay, Heather, where did you put them? Where did you put them? That would be so cute to do the sun. I'm just not, my brain isn't letting me recall where it's at. I also have 2 more of the lion's heads, and I haven't used any of my animal charms yet because I was thinking that I would make that something for Selena. I also have I still have one of those, and I haven't used any of these little elephants, but that could be cute with just like a gold ball spacer between them, since I do have several of those that could go in a bracelet. So maybe, come on, come out of there. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know I have more of these. They're just not in my little container. I haven't used any of the lamp work yet, and I have an idea for this and the other ones that go with it. I need to find I have a jar that has like either 8 or 6 millimeter of these in them, so I'm holding that off. I also have that. That could be really pretty above or below one of the rectangles. Maybe like that. I only have one of these, so that's another like... I do just like the larger pearl though too. Let me see what everybody says. I love that. Okay. Which do you love? Yeah, I don't know how mine is shipped, so yeah. Which lion heads? The gold ones or the oh my gosh, goodness. Ooh, that was a yucky noise. Are you talking about these ones, or are you talking about the check glass coin beads with the lion heads on them? Again, we can talk about that after. Okay. You like the wood one? Yeah, so do I. I love it. It's gorgeous. So that might be... So if we went like that, and we wouldn't necessarily even have to go that large with the pearl. We could take it down a little bit. That one is a little, I don't want to say boring, but like these two kind of go together, so that's why if I was going to make earrings with these, I was going to hold them out because they're more similar than the other ones. But I could always do like I just said and do a spiral down, a spiral in the middle of this. Let's try that. Just a smaller pearl. We can do the crystals, or I could do this. I might use this to make a simple leather necklace. That's really pretty. So I think I want to do like that for our pendant. Ooh, or I have this one. I didn't see that one. This one's much more interesting to me. Okay, I think that's what I want to do. I want to do this one. I already have crystals that are already wrapped. So I only need to do the pearl and the focal itself. You guys like this side and the way it's oriented? Because we could also put it that way. Or we have this side that could go that way as well. If we did it that way, I could do a little something something right there. I don't know why, but this is reminding me of the front of Mickey Mouse's overalls right now, because okay, let's see what people think. Leopard, that's what they are, yes. Hi, Delon. The first one with the caramel color up top. Okay. Then that's the way we're going to go. I already have crystals wrapped, so I just have to wrap the pearl and this. Do you think it needs a spiral or a little... I know I have little gold-plated charms. I just need to... Alright, I just made things exponentially more difficult. Because we have two options. I found these. And I have 3 of the smaller ones. I know that I also have some larger ones. But these are too big to go on there. But I do have these. And I could just cut off. That's even a little too big. What about for this one? Yeah, that one would actually be really pretty on the caramel, though it looks... Oh, I had it on backwards. I was like, that looks really dark. I think that would be gorgeous. So, let's just go... Also, if you missed yesterday, I said if you ordered and get pliers that have yellow handles, those are not the ones that I was using. So I gave you the wrong link. So if somebody could tell me if that happened, I went ahead and ordered a second pair from that link just to see if I had it wrong. And if I do, I will let you know and tell you the correct one to order. And I apologize for that if that is the case. It has not been confirmed that that is the case yet, but just just want to put that out there and apologize if it was the wrong one. Oh, that was not easy to cut off. But it still cut just where I wanted it to. So that's a win. Where is my super glue? This could be pretty just on a little chain by itself. Where's my glue? Why is it not where it's supposed to be? I don't know how fast this sets up. So we'll just kind of have to hope and pray it has some. And I'm being very conservative with the glue on purpose. That way I don't have, it doesn't like spill out onto the other pendant too much. Oh, wrong one. Come on, Heather. Oh, how did I just do that? Oh, I'm so... Luckily, this is the kind of glue that's, it dries rubbery, so it can be rubbed right off. But, stay tuned. This will be in a future design. That's going to be really pretty. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's get our pearl wrapped up. As it's a pendant, I'm going to pull out the 20 gauge wire, which I think is this, but nope, that's the 22. Maybe that is the 20 gauge. Yeah, I think this is the 20 gauge wire. I do think I want to do like a little swirl. So, did you cut enough? I think I did. I think I did. I think I did. Just gonna make my little head pin. Or ball head pin that I hope is going to be big enough, but I may have to stick a little bead cap on it. Okay. Put that on. There we go. Okay. That's what I need to clarify. I ordered them. They're supposed to be here, and I apologize. I didn't even think about the fact that I had ordered those 3, so they weren't all going to be the same. So I greatly apologize if you do get the wrong ones, but I'm pretty sure that I gave the right link. So as soon as I know, in fact, let me go see when they're going to be here. I will clarify all of that, and I apologize. That was an error on my part. I should have been paying better attention. Oh, they don't get here until the 17th, it says. What? I don't understand how people just like, it's not shipped, and it probably won't ship until like 2 days before when it's supposed to be here, which is so aggravating. Okay, I will get off my little soapbox now. I think I want to make that just a tad bit chunkier before I go in and make a little spiral. You don't need much wire to do like a little spiral that will come down. Where are my little round nose pliers? Right here. And even these, the 2 barrels are different. The top one is a little bit smaller than the other one, which is good to know in things like this. Somebody gets theirs first and it's the wrong one, then I can probably cancel mine, because it won't, like I said, they don't ship until right before. Okay, I'm just gonna scooch that in like that, and then I'm gonna put my pliers there, and using my thumb, I'm just going to guide the wire. Nope, closer please. There we go. And just continuing to do a flat spiral. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a huge one. This one looks like it will be a little one. And then, like I said, what I like to do is when I get to this point, I tuck that last wrap up behind the spiral itself. So then when I push it in, it's still got its own, don't do that. You stay there, you turn where you need to be. Okay. Get back to the center. I probably should have had a longer piece of wire. I'm gonna do it again, because I want that to be bigger than that. I don't want it to be that small. So so I'm just going to cut off between 7 and 8 inches so that I have more room to make a larger spiral. Morning, Linda. So we're gonna make, and you don't actually have to use these pliers. You can just grab this, your crimper that you're going to use anyways, and just use the crimper for the entire process. so that it's one less time you're picking up and putting down extra pliers. I'm gonna cut that right there, grab one of the flowered bead caps, and try this for a second time. Wait. Ooh, this one was in the wrong place. If this was any wider, that would be a thing. But I may have to find a larger something to put this on, because that would look cool. Okay. Do we still like this one, or do we like this one now? This is A, this is B. A, okay. Well, I was waiting for an answer though. Oh, it's curved. I don't know. There might still be enough flat surface to glue that. Look at how cool that would look. Okay, that's happening. We will just, yes, it's synonymous. Not synonymous. It's not anonymous, it's unanimous. I was saying the wrong word, sorry. Everybody likes A, so then we're gonna go with A, especially since we now have more wire. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Loop. I may have just almost did the same thing I did last time. So we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop right there before we do that again and don't have enough wire. Okay. You need to be centered, Mr. Loop. There we go. Okay. I think I was using 22 gauge wire, so we're gonna see how this works out. Because this is 20 gauge, so sometimes the larger size comes in handy because it is easier to like manage because it's not as malleable. Just instead of just keep swimming, it's just keep spiraling, just keep spiraling. This is going to be quite the spiral. I would have been safe going around, but it's okay. Because I like it. Okay, then this is the front. So I'm going to get this back to where it's leveled. And then we're just going to hide the last wrap behind the wrap itself. So there we go. That's much better. I could have also like done a second one and wrapped down around here and came up with the second one. But I'm okay with this one. I might just want it down a little bit more, which hiding behind allows me to do that, because as I'm pushing, it's just staying along the back side of that coil, like that. I like to do it this way for a number of reasons. One, this gives you room to go in and glue it if you so choose to. I have a question for everyone. How would you feel? Huh. All right, Lynn, give them snuggles for me. What type of a design was it? The fact that they're like doing your design verbatim, that would bother me. And then it's not just that somebody used it. I have had people use like the hybrid, a hybrid loop. That is something I don't mind that they use it, but that's very small. So, like I said, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done the hybrid loop, so that doesn't, so, but I've had it happen as well, a couple of times by the same person. Yeah, that's not okay at all. I would be pissed. You can report them to YouTube, and let them know and ask that the video be taken off. You could, I get that, Gracia, it is, but that's, there's a difference between image is flattery when somebody is saying that your design and using your tutorial verbatim and passing it off on their own. That's not imitation, that's plagiarism, as Mary said. Even if it's on Facebook, I don't think it matters. Oh, you can report it to Facebook as well. And tell and reach out to them there as well, and tell them to take it down. But yeah, that's beyond just yes, I am very flattered when people use parts of a design, or when they use, like, I put this tip in the comments on, like, a Becky and Jenny, like, late night meeting with Becky and Jenny, and all of a sudden in the background I see like a quizzical look on Becky's face, and then she went and she grabbed some wire, and I could see she was doing it, and she was like, and then she told everybody, Heather, that was genius. It really does work. That's going to make my life so much. And it does. But that's different than, like, word for word for word copying one of your designs is wrong. Yeah. I would put a comment on there and say, yeah, thank you for thinking this is a wonderful design, as I did. This is a direct copy of this former YouTube video. And because that will show that yours was there first. Something like that. I would have to take a breath, wait a day, pray for guidance on how to handle the situation, but it's not something that I would let slide. That is my... She blocked you. No, I wouldn't either, Linda. That is so messed up. I don't like that at all. If she blocked her, I would do it on her behalf. That is horrible. Let her know that she's completely justified in her frustration and everything. Make sure she tell her, hey, I put this out and everybody was not okay with it. Just so that sometimes just feeling heard and or seen is valuable to a person when they're going through something like that. Man, I should have done the butterfly veil. I didn't think about that. That is something that I saw that has been direct copied. They call it the butterfly veil and everything, and that one I just let go. There's not anything. Even if I were to do something, the group of people that surrounds her would, yeah, it's not worth it for me and in that situation, because they're not going to care if I did it first or not, and they'll blindly defend her. So it is what it is. It's sad. I put things on the internet, and so there's a lot of things that I like. If somebody just uses it, that's one thing. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't care. I don't even care so much if they gave me credit or not. But when somebody says that your design is theirs, that's extremely frustrating. Because the butterfly veil is simple, but it took a lot of time to get it to where I could explain how to do it in a way to show it. And I probably, with my memory recall issues, I probably made 30 butterfly veils before I ever used it in a video. Same with my hybrid link. I went back and forth. I was like, well, if somebody has done this before, I don't want to claim that it's my idea. So that's why I say, like, I do it, but I doubt that the hybrid loop is something that only I have ever thought of using, because people do it. And I strength tested it on numerous gauges of wire and everything else, and I did that so that when I said that it says strong, I knew it was strong. So it's, yeah, that is absolutely intellectual copyright. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Jan. If we, yeah, we're not blocked. Oh, she blocked you too. See, and people like that probably have post approval, meaning they don't allow people to put up a post. It has to be approved through them before a post goes live in their group. So there's not really anything that's, I hate post approvals, because especially for situations like this, nobody's gonna know, because she is deleting the post and blocking people, or not approving the post and then blocking people before anybody in that group has done it. But that doesn't mean that you can't put a post up on your group. You can't put a post up in the Beading Besties group. You can post it any of those places. You could do a post in your community tab on your YouTube account, and hopefully somebody sees it and it will get fixed that way. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and give us the link to the tutorial so that we can post that as well. And if they're part of Beading Besties, that is a reason. I would not, like, I don't moderate the posts in the Beading Besties group. If you post it, it gets posted. Now, if afterwards I found something or whatever else, like if this, I don't, like, I don't want to kick people out, but something like that is a reason that I would take them out of the Beading Besties group, because I wouldn't want them to pass it off in our group as something that they came up with if it's not hers. So, Ava Lee by Christine. Oh, you can't give the link as you're blocked. No, give us the link of your friend's tutorial. I've never heard of her. Yeah, I know. We're all grown-ass women and we shouldn't have. That is why I don't have group moderators. I don't have people in my chat telling people what they can and can't talk about. I don't have people, like, I don't do that because that's not what I want for, I say this loosely. No, I'll just say the community that I'm a part of. I didn't want to call it my community, that's why. But I would not want that going on in the community of people that we have, because I don't want any of your stuff getting taken and used and whatever else. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Now I'm seething. You know what, Linda? I'm going to reach out to her, but you reach out to her as well. And I will have her on Beading Besties so that this can be taken care of in that way. And she can let people know it's her design, it's her tutorial. Hers was posted first. Yeah. That's horrible. We'll stream it to both channels, obviously. But yeah, see if she wants to come on. If she would come to Beading Besties, come on Beading Besties, and we will clear it. We can record it at any time. That makes me so mad that it's Sam. I would be upset if it, for any of you, just so you know. I'm not like saying that, I'm just saying that she is such a sweetheart. So the fact that it's hers, she's so loving and kind and honest, and she puts herself out there in ways that have made me say, okay, well, if she can do it, I can do it, kind of a thing. So it bothers me because I take, and she doesn't even know this, but I've taken strength from her posts because she's such a beautiful person, and people, so yeah, that's not okay. And it's extremely frustrating and upsetting. Ugh. Sorry, I'm making jump rings to connect the pendant to the necklace. But we can do Beading Besties any time of the day or night that works for her. It doesn't have to be the typical time. So if it's in the morning time for us, but the afternoon or evening for her, that's fine. I will accommodate her time at any time of the day or night because that upsets me. I just made some jump rings using the first loop on my 6-step bail making pliers to connect either side of this necklace. Make sure that I put this one upside down. This has the darker brown one, and or at the back, and I put it on the wrong way. When did this other lady post the video? Because I'll go report her as well. And she isn't able to block that because it goes directly to Facebook. All right, honey Mary, have a good day. I'll be looking her up after I get off of here. Can you send me the link to Sam's video so that I can include the tutorial in when I report her to Facebook? Oh my goodness, that makes me mad. Okay, let's put a clasp on this. Sorry, I'm trying to decide if I want to make this, if I do indeed want to make this a double strand with just a really simple chain on it or not. But it's all, it is a longer necklace. So it's right at just over 20 inches. So I don't know. I think that if I did it, I would just want, I don't know if that would detract from it. So I'll probably just do a chain and maybe the other one of these on it. And then I can make this later as like a coordinating piece. What do you think? I don't. I have this paper. Oh, we're not even down on, yeah, I'm gonna put it on the, sorry, I didn't mean to, I thought I was still on my mat when I said all of that. I apologize. So here is the necklace itself. And I was thinking, because it is a bit long, you can't even see the whole thing. Let me stick it on the board and just kind of hold it with my hand so you can get a better gauge of how long it is. Let me just put a little, I'm going to put a jump ring through the last two loops so that you guys can see it better. Because I can't hold the board and the necklace in place if it's not connected. I'll go back up here. Oh, there goes. So that's the necklace, and I have this chunkier paper clip chain that I could use as another strand, or I have the more delicate one. Or is it just a standalone piece? I don't know, I really like it. Alright. That's what I was thinking, Valerie. I can always make the other one, like, I prefer stackers myself because then I can put what I want with it rather than what somebody else thinks should go with it. Now, I personally would if you wanted to she's not on YouTube, if that's where you looked her up. She's on Facebook. The whole time you were saying it was a dear friend, I was sitting over here going, oh goodness, I hope it's not Sam. Oh goodness, I hope it's not Sam. So this would be very pretty, like on, uh, like if you're wearing a dress or something like that. But if you wanted to wear it like on a date night, I would, I think this one is long enough. This is 36 inches. I don't know that we'll use all of that, but I would take a simple piece of leather. Sorry, I'm looking for the box that has my barrel dot tubes in it. I don't know if it'll make her feel any better, but let her know that we're all like on her side and are just as outraged she's not on I think it's just Samantha Latimer, but I could be wrong. Let me go. I don't know where I set my phone. Here it is. It may echo for just a second, but if I'm going to look up and post it, I have to do it Okay. I hope it doesn't echo. But that is her YouTube channel. Let me close out of that. There we go. I'm just making a barrel knot tube real quick. Okay, find the center point of my leather, and just off to the side of that, I'm going to do a barrel knot. I'm just going to wrap it twice. And then I'm going to grab some large hole pearls. And I'm just going to do a very simple necklace with just this pearl, and then it will go up an inch or so, and I will do a smaller pearl. Like that on both sides. Even just that is pretty. I might just do this because that, I'm laying it out, and that is very pretty, and I should have some gold spacers that could go between that, but that's just really pretty. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, Linda, if you can just send me both video links so that when I report it to Facebook, I can show that it's a pattern that she's doing. But yeah, your barrel knots, I'll go through it. I'll do it slower on the other side. Sometimes it's just maybe the person that didn't, that taught it before, maybe it's just something that their design, the way they teach, isn't something that, I don't want to say, not that you can't understand it, but that's just, it's not computing with, for some reason. And that's why I always tell people to go and watch multiple content creators do a procedure, so that, ooh, maybe these are big enough. Nope, wrong one. Maybe something that I say will make more sense. I'm gonna need 4 of them. I'm gonna see what this looks like. Just put on the leather, just like that. Which side is longer? This side. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna go. I might even take a little page out of Kelly Sutton's book, who has given me permission to use any of her designs in my videos. But know that if it is a Kelly design, you're going to know it's a Kelly design, and I'm going to tell you that it's a Kelly design when I do it. See, I wish it, I need like another spacer right here so that when it curves, because I think that's really pretty. And then this could be you dressing it up for date night with the hubby, and just kind of have, if you wanted to layer it, this kind of helps it shift. But yes. Yeah. I need like something right there so that that articulates better. Just for the center one. Let me see what else I could maybe put in there. Maybe it's just a matter of a different size. These are also pretty and maybe a bit wider. Let me see how these ones look. I'm like sitting here doing, like, thinking about this in my head. This one's hole is quite as big as the other ones. I don't want it to scratch my leather. Now I still need something on either side of this that just makes it pop a little bit more, but I think I want it to be something just a bit smaller. And or bigger. These ones might not be big enough. Their hole may not be big enough to go on the leather, but let's see. No, they won't go on, but these are pretty. Forgot I had those. Those are pretty. So those will be on a necklace design very shortly as well. Oh, wrong stepper. Okay, so how can I add to it? I need another, like, even if it's just a gold spacer bead, but it has to be big enough to go on the leather. What about if I did this? I don't think I like the different ones. It doesn't look bad. But what if I... Sorry, bead FOMO over here. Oh, I forgot to put the other one on. that works. And I'm going to stick it up on the yes, that works. And I just want it super simple. I'm probably going to stick it up on the bust, but let me show a barrel knot for you. So yeah. No, I don't get hers. I wish having a bead box bargain addiction doesn't leave me much room for other boxes. But I also got her box once, and the beads weren't what she claimed them to be, and there were a bunch of broken ones, so I eventually just stopped ordering hers. Okay, so you're going to take your leather, and you're going to take your barrel knot tube, either a metal bead or like you can do what I did, and just coil some wire. And then when I'm going next to a bead, I like to hold my barrel knot tube at an angle. I have found it makes it easier to keep the knot up against the bead than when I hold it straight, because now I'm trying to hold it on top of a barrel knot tube and get the leather, and it's just easier for me to do it at an angle like this. So then I'm going to go around once, and then the next time I go around, I have to make sure that I get the leather closest to my left hand. Unless you're left-handed, then it would be your right hand. Whichever one is holding the tube, you need to go towards it. I personally like the look of 2 wraps better than 3 wraps. So I only go around twice. But like I said, I'm holding it with my thumb and my second finger, and I'm going around once and then twice, and then I come around and I make sure that I'm sticking my leather cord into the back of the cord ends. Now, once my leather comes out, I go ahead and I take it off of the string, and then you're left with this. You can see I'm not pushing my nail into it. I'm just getting it up to where I want it to be, and then I slowly just rotate it until it's where it's at. I will show you why I prefer a double wrap over a triple wrap, and that's because I get these little crisscrosses when I do that, and I like the way that crisscross looks. I think it's really pretty. I can show you a triple one though. So you just go once, twice, 3 times. Go in through the back, Lionel Richie it, right? And then you have 3. And the most important thing to know is that when you do a barrel knot, you want to make sure that your coils stay in the order as they went on the tube. Now, I can pull it off and show you because I know that I need to make sure that the wraps stay in order. So then once I'm done, as I'm pulling tight, I just make sure that none of them skip the line and go in out of place. And you'll see the back, come on, Pixie. the back, you have the little crisscross, but then there's a secondary one. And there's nothing wrong with the way that this looks. If you like the triple wrap knot, then I would not recommend that you pull really, really tight when you do it, but you want to tighten it up to where you want it's secure. Then with my barrel knots, I then take my GS Hypo glue and I stick the needle down in between the wraps and I squeeze glue out of there. And then I do the final little maneuvering so it's where I want it to be, and that way there's no glue on your leather. I use GS Hypo because it dries gummy, so that rubbery, so that it can flex along with the knot as you wear it. And then if you need to take one off, just take your nail and slowly like press that down, and then you're just gonna take the loop out of there, and then you're gonna do it a second time, take it out of that loop, and then take it out of the final loop, and you have not damaged your leather at all. It is staying nicely. I'm gonna try to figure out what size I want this, and then I might make it adjustable. I'll probably make it as an adjustable one, just so that it can be worn with multiple pieces of jewelry within a person's stash. So, grab my board real quick. Here's my board. Let's put the pearl necklace on first. So, oh, you guys can't see this because... So, this is how this is hanging. I'm actually going to try to get this... That's not like the back, that's really wide for the back of somebody's neck, but it might be right. Yeah. So that's about the way that it's going to hang on an individual, because obviously none of us have necks this thin. Well, you might. I certainly don't. So then I just want to get this to where it's going to lay nicely. And I think right about there is perfect. Ah, drop the leather, sorry. I think right about there is good. Do you agree? That way, as the bottom necklace opens up and becomes a wider upside down teardrop, it's not fighting. This fits in there very nice. Oh, I'm a hardwired person too, and I keep forgetting. So I'm gonna probably get going too, but I think that's like the perfect length. So I'm gonna finish this. I forgot. I've been a hardwire group and missed everything for the first 3 ones. So I'm gonna jet too, so I can actually go and participate. Thank you for saying that, Cheryl. Or was it Cheryl that said it? I don't know. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see all of you tomorrow. In the meantime, and as always, happy beading.